When does motivation and inspiration turn into comparison-itis? In this episode of Content Catalyst, I want to explore how to overcome comparing ourselves to others, especially in our digital world, because I love following creators and I love being part of business groups, but it's so easy to fall into that trap of comparing ourselves to others. And I know that I've been affected by this over the years. And when I have, it's because I've started to think, that person has the same product as me, or they're in the same industry with me. And how can I compare with that? What do I have? Why would people choose me? And it can be a bit of a spiral. And I know it's set me back weeks when that's happened of going, even when just looking at social media, sometimes I look at people of what they're posting and I think, how are all these people got all these followers and, the content they're sharing is hardly anything or it's not very good quality. So it can be really easy to fall into that trap of comparison-itis if we're not aware of it. So let's look at this. How do you stop comparing yourself to others or at least have awareness of it so we can keep it in check? Because I feel like in this digital world that it's so easy to compare ourselves to others. Like, Instagram is literally full of the highlight reels. It doesn't show what really goes on behind the scenes. And I think of people, who are an overnight success and it took them really 20 years to get there. We don't see all the blood, sweat, and tears of what really goes on behind the scenes. You don't see that person is often holding it together with, sticky tape and some cable ties. And I guess this is, last week I spoke about in the episode of content perfectionism is when we start to compare ourselves to others, it can actually hold us back. It can actually stop us from making an impact and sharing what we do to help someone. Because if you start to think about why would someone pick you over them, well, no one else can do it like you. And in the world of, you know, a saturate, like let's take a personal trainer, for example. There's so many personal trainers out there. There's so many beauty products out there. There's so many people doing the same thing. So why would they choose you? Well, you have an opportunity to use your energy, your tone, your flavor, your personality, your style like no one else can. You have an opportunity to do what other people before haven't been able to do. And I think about when we learn something, when it's like you've read all the books, you've heard all the people say it, you know what to do, but sometimes it just takes that one person to say it a different way, to say it how they say it. And then all of a sudden it's like, bam, the penny drops and you have a breakthrough and you connect. However, it's hard to say that when we are feeling a little bit low, a little bit vulnerable, business isn't going so good. You've just done a launch and you didn't do a launch of, getting as many people or as much revenue in as the other people in your business group. And that's really tough. Yes, we can look at all the things of what they've done and where they're at with their business and evaluate it and appreciate it. But I guess this is where we look at when does healthy motivation and inspiration turn into something that isn't positive for you. So, this is where healthy motivation and inspiration drives us forward. It helps us to pursue our goals. It helps us realize our dreams. And it's fueled by a desire to improve ourselves and make a positive impact. Comparison, however, begins when we start to perceive people that have more success and they're, further ahead in their journey, yet we're benchmarking ourselves against their progress. And this is where the comparison trap can really spiral us into a negative cycle of feeling inadequate and envious of other people's success. So this is where, it can lead to self-doubt, imposter syndrome, and it can, like I said, it can just, halt our motivation for doing anything. And like I said, I had this, it was like 3 weeks where I was distracting myself on something else because I was questioning what I was doing rather than focusing on my why and my passion and my purpose. The other thing is when we compare ourselves to others, we start to emulate them. We start to think, well, if that's how they do it, I should do that as well. And that can be the type of content that you make, the type of services that you offer. We start to fit that mold rather than expressing who we are, our genuine self. And this is where that can be detrimental for your business because people are coming to you, not to have that flavor of somebody else or that style of, offerings or product that somebody else has. So how do we overcome comparisonitis? Well, again, like being a content perfectionist, it starts with awareness. When we start to focus back on our passion and our purpose, our why, and we can, keep in check with that, that's when we start to, I guess, celebrate our uniqueness and remind ourselves that we all have our own purpose and our own journey. We start to embrace, and this is a big thing, is that instead of looking at, they're my competition, how can you collaborate with people? And I know that I've got so many people in my industry that do similar things. And I caught up with somebody on the weekend who's also in marketing. And instead of feeling like that we're competing with each other, we were like, how can we collaborate? Let's do a workshop. Let's get together and create something magic to happen because we both have a different way of, sharing our message and helping people. And if you think about like fellow creators, it's like there are hundreds of TV chefs. What makes you watch Nigella Lawson or Jamie Oliver, for example? It's because of their style. It's because of their personality. It's because of their difference in the dishes of food that they cook. We only really see what is on the surface as well. Any overnight success of musicians, it started with them playing in pubs for 10 years before they actually got a record contract. So remember that this is your story, it's your journey, and no one, and I mean no one, can do it quite like you. So where other people have failed to make an impact and get through, this is where you have the opportunity to help someone where other people have not made the impact. Now, inside Content Catalyst, we focus on developing your message of what makes you uniquely you. It's a community, it's a marketing hub where we support each other and we work on enhancing your flavor, your uniqueness. And so you feel confident to share your story and make an impact on helping people. So if you would like a marketing hub, to help with your content marketing journey and create content that connects, then jump over to my website, which is debszabo.com, because I still have the founding member offer up until the end of April 30, and you can come and be part of it. April, we have our masterclass is all about creating content that connects. It's about identifying our one person who is our ideal audience and creating a vivid story and our content categories. Next month, we start to talk about our tech stack and equipment and gear that we need to help make the content creation journey more efficient for you as well. So each month we do a masterclass and then we have 2 workrooms a month. The workroom is all about taking action and implementing what we've learned, because without action, we don't get results. So if you'd like to know more, head over to debszabo.com and check out Content Catalyst. Our special introductory offer for founding members finishes on April 30th. And remember, you are uniquely you. So keep creating and keep being you. Have a great day.